And what's your name?
Jeff Freeman. What's happening here today is a dispute over our work. We work for our APL, and APL is joining up with SSA, and they're trying to take our work from us and just leave us without the contract. Like I said, leave out the contract.
And so APL is going to be bought by SSA. Is that the plan?
That's what the plan is looking like right now.
And leave you guys with the short end.
Yeah, short end of the stick, like they do in every other union in the country.
So you're saying that they can't get rid of you and your contract?
We're not trying to let them get rid of us. I guess we're like one of the last strongholds with unions around here. If all of us come together, we might could get something, make something happen, you know, on the transportation and the shipping.
And what do you say about these trade agreements and what the companies are trying to do?
Probably like slave labor, so they could get it to be like a third world country and bring the work back to America, but have it cheaper labor, no unions, union busting.
Is that what's going on here?
That's what it smells like. Yeah.
And what's this? How does this threaten the jobs of longshoremen?
Well, they messing up our lifestyle right now. They stopping us from working, and then they trying to leave without our contract. So if they leave us without a contract, that's like making our union look like garbage, really. Our contract don't mean nothing to them.
So how can they leave without a contract?
I guess buy out, cash out the bigger guys, and get rid of the smaller guys like us.
And the Port of Oakland is a public-owned port. Does that have to get approval by the port?
Well, not if it's big money involved. That's what I think. They probably could just pay their way out of it.
So they ignore the laws and the rules and just buy their way out.
Yeah. Just get rid of the unions and they have it made, I guess. They can hire who they want to.
You don't think they like a union contract?
No, not at all.
Why is that?
Probably because free labor is better than paying for labor right now.
And the ILWU, this is the anniversary of the general strike this month, July 5th, Bloody Thursday. What does it mean to you today? Here, you know, 79 years ago there was a general strike, and then today you're out here picketing?
Seemed like it was planned. Seemed like it was a plan to knock out our union, just like every other union in the country.
And your contract is coming up in July of next year?
Next year, yeah. And they're trying to walk out on us with a pending contract right now. So we're fighting for that and territorial disputes like that.
So you think this is an approach that management wants? They want to go against the union now, even prior to 2014?
Yeah, because it's been going on with other unions, and we're one of the strongest unions. So now they thinking if they bump heads with us, they probably got it made then.
Now, the media here has been attacking the BART workers, saying they're overpaid and they shouldn't be going on strike. Well, what do you say to the companies and the employers who are attacking the BART workers?
Stick with the union. Yeah, stick with the union, because without the union, we wouldn't be nothing.
How long have you been a longshoreman?
10 years.
You like being a longshoreman?
Yeah, it's the best job on earth.
It's very dangerous, though.
Yeah, it is.
Longshoremen get killed, you're working with these big containers.
That's part of it. So if you ain't qualified to do the work, they bring in scab workers to do our job. A lot of them, unfortunately, probably get hurt or maimed or killed out here.
So you have to be trained properly, otherwise you put your life in danger.
Yes, we had a proper training.
That's right. Canceling the meeting, so.
Who keeps?
The Port of Oakland. They try to call a meeting on Bloody Thursday, which is our national holiday. They claim they didn't know anything about Bloody Thursday. I mean, for 79 years, no ship on the West Coast worked on Bloody Thursday, and they want to call a meeting saying they didn't know about it. So now they have an emergency meeting today, right now.
So you're saying that the Port of Oakland called a meeting on Bloody Thursday when they knew you commemorate the workers who were killed on the docks. You're all off on that day, just basically to say, screw you.
Exactly. And they were surprised that many members showed up. They thought we was going to be busy with our Bloody Thursday, that we wouldn't make this meeting and they can pass whatever through. But it was a standing room only, and they postponed it to Tuesday.
I mean, it seems like they're trying to provoke you, basically spit in your face and, you know, we're going to do what we want and to hell with you, and that's their attitude, it seems.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, I mean, Mayor Quan, Jean Quan, was supported by the Alameda Labor Council, the unions. Why isn't she taking a stand in support of you guys?
I have no idea. We helped her get in office. You know, we was the one out there passing flyers, going door to door to get her into the office. We need her help. Where is she? We helped her. Where is she at now? Reminds me of Feinstein, what Feinstein did to us. When Feinstein invoked the Taft-Hartley Act and forced us to go back to work. Same thing, we help the officials out, but they don't help us. They get paid through the back door. You know, this is the working people out here. We live in Oakland, we work in Oakland. This is our jobs. You know, that's what we're here for.
Well, it seems like there's a whole attack on labor with the BART workers saying they're overpaid, and there's a general attack on public workers and working people, blaming them for this thing. And it seems like at the same time they're making big money.
Exactly. They're making a huge amount of money. You know, we put our lives at risk every day going in between them gates. We don't know if we're going to come home safe. You know, just last month we had a guy go into the water, and in LA another tractor driver just went into the water, just died recently. You know, this is nothing new. We don't know our outcome once we go into that gate and come back out.
So if they went non-union, they would have what, non-union people in there, scabs or untrained people?
Exactly, and if they go scabs, nothing will get worked. Nothing.
Well, if PMA takes this port over, they're going to transfer this to SSA. What would happen to theyese jobs?
They'd be lost. They trying to make it a non-ILWU. They want to bring the machinists in here and do the job.
So they basically want to kick out the ILWU in the APL port.
Correct, because we have the best mechanic contract there is. There's no other one like it over here on the West Coast.
And what kind of conditions they want to take away from the mechanics?
Right now, our working conditions. They send the ship next door, they send all our work next door, our chassis next door, our containers next door, our reefers next door. So we don't have anything over here. So basically, they just took everything from us without telling us anything. We didn't even know the ship was going next door.
At SSA, you'll see.
We didn't know the ship was going over there until we got to work this morning. And we like, why is the APL ship next door? We have a contract here. The 2014 PMA, the Port of Oakland are trying to let APL out of their contract. You know, you don't do that. That's bad business.
So is the union busting?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So even though you have a contract, they're turning your work over to SSA?
Correct. That's what they're doing. Or that's what they did. And that's why we're out here.
So basically you're protecting your jobs, protecting your union.
Right, because not only are they affecting us, they're affecting the MFOW, which is the Marine Firemen Union. You know, they're in charge of all the reefer mechanics and the reefer equipment. You know, their jobs is lost. The sailor jobs is lost. You know, that's the guys over there. So we all stand together.
So are these other unions, are they going to be out here as well?
Oh yeah, they're right there. Yeah, they're right there. That's the MFOW guys right there, and that's the sailors on the other side. Yeah, we're all here.
So all maritime workers are standing together.
We stand together.
And how long have you worked at the port?
I've been a mechanic here at APL for 14 years. 14 years. They don't like our contract. We got the best contract there is on the West Coast.
What's your name?
Tolly Milton. The chassis, we work on the containers, damaged containers. That's ILWU Local 10. The Marine Firemen, we're MFOW. We have the refrigeration side of the work, and we also work aboard the ship as refrigeration techs. And then we have the Sailors Union, who they do the washing. And over at SSA, the mechanics wash and repair and pre-trip the containers themselves.
So multiple jobs.
They have to do, and within a reduced minimum time. Yeah, they're doing the work in half the time that we do, so the attention to detail is very much poorer. And they don't do the structural repair. They're farming it out.
They're outsourcing it.
They're outsourcing all the repair. And the chassis are going to be outsourced anyway. That was pretty much a given at the beginning of this year. We're just finishing up the bad chassis orders here just to get them off the terminal, because they can't even make roadability to get on the road. But once they're out of the terminal, they'll be outsourced to another company.
Is that not necessarily union? It could be non-union.
It doesn't have to be union as long as it's outside of the 50-mile radius. Contractually for our union, anything that's done outside of that 50-mile radius, we have no contractual jurisdiction. They're undermining the contracts as much as they can, and this move over to SSA without even consolidating our contract or negotiating, they've just broken it in good faith. They broke it in good faith that we had.
And how is the Port of Oakland involved in that?
The Port of Oakland has the final decision as to whether or not SSA can take over the lease from APL. Because APL has a lease through 2022. And if they let them out of the lease and allow SSA to take over the lease and actually open this port, otherwise, as we all know, a lease you have to pay it up to the end of its contract. If the port says, okay, we're going to let APL out of this with a cash buyout, and then they can go, and what they no longer want to be is in the stevedoring business. APL is a shipping company. They don't want a stevedore, whereas SSA, that is what they do. The Stevedoring Services of America.
But if the Port of Oakland says no, you're not going to get out of the lease, then the
APL will have to come back and put everybody right back where they were. To the end of this next contract, negotiate the next contract, see what happens then. They can still have a battle next year when the ILWU contract comes up.
I mean, do you think there's going to be a big battle next year?
There's going to be a big battle for the next coming 10 to 20 years, just to keep the unions alive. Now, we're so close to being crushed. It's hit and miss. The whole agenda for the United States is to go non-union. The states are adamant about it. California has a good record for unionization, and it seems that even Walmart wants a union. That doesn't mean they're going to get everything that they want. No, even Starbucks wants a union. You get more than 20 people together that want a union, they're allowed to unionize.
Then they're firing the workers who do want a union.
That's right. That's right. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough pull. Yeah, all we can count on is good politics like this Labor Council. Once they heard how much of a burden it will place upon the families, they have to at least consider what this effect will have on the entire port and the entire city of Oakland.
Well, Mayor Jean Quan was elected with the support of the Labor Council. That's right. And the unions, ILWU, all the unions supported her.
We all supported her.
And she appointed the board of the Port of Oakland. Where is she?
Jean Quan has been pretty silent. We haven't gotten any good response from her. Her office is not responding to any of our demands or requests to have this open session. This is closed door sessions. We really have no way of knowing what the council really believes.
So how can they have closed door sessions on public issues?
They must open it up at a certain point. They can still go back and sequester themselves, but when they come out, they're going to have to make a public decision and a public statement. We don't have any control of that.
Terry Staples. I'm an APL mechanic, and you're kind of close with the speaker. We're fighting for our rights for our contract. They're trying to get rid of our contract and just breaking up the union. That's not good at all. Unions are what America needs.
And how long have you worked as a mechanic?
I've been a mechanic for 9 years. I've been on the waterfront since 2001.
And this SSA, what is their intentions?
Seniority.
Taking over APL and not honoring our contract. So.
And why are they doing that?
To be the only company on the waterfront, one of the just two companies. That's not right.
So you're saying they would have a monopoly of all the work, and how would that affect longshoremen?
It would affect us really bad. If someone has an accident at a company, then you have to go to extremes to be able to get a job. Say you get fired from SSA, and if there's only one other company, what if you get fired from them? You won't have a job at all. So
they can retaliate against workers who are injured or stand up for health and safety and that kind of issue.
Yes.
Is there a health and safety problem in the Port of Oakland?
I believe so. I mean, you know, we need, like, there are so many people that have died, that lost their lives on the waterfront, and we don't have the proper equipment out there, you know, things set up. You don't wait till a man drowns and 2 and 3 hours later you come and, you know what I'm saying, get them out of the water. We need health and safety. We need safety first.
And I mean, you think that's one of the reasons they're against unions in this country? So the workers don't have any protections?
Oh wow, yeah, that's bad.
Now, the Port of Oakland is run by the Port of Oakland Board of Directors. They're appointed by Jean Quan. The union supported Jean Quan for mayor.
Yes, yeah.
Where's that at?
I have no idea. I know that they're not standing up to their agreement to, you know, to help the workers. No.
They could stop this lease, in other words.
They can stop the lease, and hopefully they'll make the right decision.
And I was told that they called a special emergency port board meeting on Bloody Thursday.
Bloody Thursday of all days, a sacred day. They didn't show any remorse for having the meeting on that day, knowing that Bloody Thursday has been going on for many years. You know, that was a slap in the face, I think.
And do you like being a longshoreman?
I love being a longshoreman. I'm so grateful to be a longshoreman. Yes, I'm just ever so grateful.
I'm locked out. I'm honoring the ILWU picket line by not crossing it. That's where we stand. The issue is APL ship is calling next door at SSA. That's the first time they've done that. We have labor agreements in place, and that's a threat to our livelihood. And as soon as they untie that ship and it comes back where it belongs, this can all go away. We'll get back to work. That's how we feel.
And why is APL doing this, sending a ship which you guys should be taking care of to SSA?
Well, it's kind of complicated. But what we do think is that there's some double dealing with the Oakland Port Commission, because SSA has a $130 million lawsuit in place against the Port Commission. And we think that, and we know how honest the Port Commission is, you know, strippers and gambling, in case you didn't know. So we think there's some double dealing going where the Port Commission has made a deal with SSA to make that lawsuit go away, and you can take this terminal and all of APL's work. And SSA's plan for this terminal is to have Matson at Howard Terminal move over here in October, which will give SSA a complete monopoly of the middle of the inner harbor here. There'll be no other shipping company, management company that have a complete monopoly. And by freeing up Howard Terminal, the Port Commission thinks that they're going to build a ballpark for the A's, the Oakland A's Stadium, which is never going to happen. In case they didn't know, the owner of that team doesn't want to be in Oakland. He has no interest. He wants to build in San Jose. But somehow this frees up that property and makes the lawsuit go away. So you're killing two birds with one stone, and we are all out of a job because we're caught in the middle. That's how I feel. So
you think that the Port of Oakland, this is an elected body or appointed body by Mayor Jean Quan, would actually cut a deal with the owners of SSA and APL that would require the loss of your jobs? Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And what's the status of the lawsuit? I bet it's dropped. The minute this goes through, and by the way, they're meeting on July 11th. The Port Commission hasn't voted. They postponed the meeting 3 times due to the members of the union showing up in against this, and on July 11th they're supposed to vote to let APL out of this lease, and something tells me they're going to do it, because they're bought and sold, and I guarantee you that lawsuit's going to be dropped, and that terminal's open for ballpark. That's how I feel.
And I mean, Mayor Jean Quan, Democratic mayor, she was supported by the labor movement here, Alameda Labor Council. These commissioners, you have a union commissioner, IBW. Who are they representing?
I just think the Port Commission's scared. That's a big lawsuit. I don't know the merits of it, but and I don't know the double dealing. I mean, you know what? You wish everything was on the up and up. You don't know who's on the take, who's getting what for what, tit for tat, and we're right in the middle. My union still has 2 years on its labor agreement, and they're ready to throw that right out the window just by letting them move 50 yards to the right. Makes an entire agreement go away.
So you would consider this a union busting attack?
Yes, I would. And July 11th, be there at the meeting. It's an open meeting, and you can see firsthand what's going to happen.
Okay, thank you. What's your name?
Ezra Dillon.
Okay. So
helping out charities and everything else, worthwhile causes, other unions on strike, we never cross the line. If it's honorable picket or strike or anything like that, we endorse it. We only do our jobs.
The PMA and SSA don't seem to care about the union that much.
They never have. I mean, we get benefits and everything else. It's open to the public. Everybody goes out and applies for a longshoreman. We keep jobs coming into the community and everything else, import, export. They pay off downtown, they pay off over here, but what about honoring their contracts?